Ricardo is my shining star, and the reason I say that because when I read his files, I went like, is this the place for him? It wasn't until I started working with him that I realized that this was the place for him. Each day will be a new day with Ricardo, and that's what I do when I work with him. If he does something, destroys the classroom, well, the next day he get a chance to start all over.
En el caso de Ricardo, el proceso de día a día de su vida es bien estructurado. Ricardito es un niño muy estructurado por su condición de autismo. Pues él se levanta, hay que hacerle su comida de siempre, que son sus papas fritas, sus arroz blanco. Él se baña, lo tenemos que vestir. Pues para nosotros como padres se nos altera el tener como una vida tradicional de que el niño, ya que tiene 15 años, todavía hay que vestirlo, hay que bañarlo, contrario a otros niños. Pero ¿cómo nos altera? Pues el proceso de que cosas que podíamos hacer como una familia tradicional no lo podemos hacer ahora, pues porque tenemos que hacer tareas y maneras en la casa para poder atemperar y poder ayudar a Ricardito en el proceso del día a día.
Learning to live with a child with autism, it's like living with a lot of limitations. It's having to live with routines, doing things his way, not my ways. And it's a pretty tough job for both parents.
Pues uno se impresiona, porque primero, cuando a Ricardito le determinaron el autismo, en Puerto Rico no había mucha información sobre autismo. Bueno, cuando te dicen que tienes un niño con autismo, pues uno se impresiona de que ya de entrada sabe que la vida no va a ser normal, que uno tiene que hacer ajustes en el proceso. Y para nosotros fue un proceso de adaptación, dada la severidad del autismo de Ricardito, donde pues tuvimos que cambiar los hábitos de comida, los hábitos de nuestra rutina diaria en la casa, tener otra hija que también requería atenciones, pues cómo atemperar y dividir el tiempo de la atención en ambos. Y no fue un proceso fácil, pero en la medida que uno se educa con grupos de apoyo, pues eso nos ha permitido a nosotros pues manejarlo. Pero esa primera noticia de que tienes un hijo con autismo, pues es impresionante, porque no todo el mundo lo entiende. A veces entienden que es que el niño tiene otra condición que no es realmente autismo, piensan que tiene una condición mental y no es una condición mental. Y uno como enfrentarse a una sociedad muy normal con un niño con autismo, pues no es fácil, no ha sido fácil.
When Ricardo first enrolled, I didn't see him, I only heard him. I heard the screams, the yells, the clapping. So when I actually walked into the room, his mom and dad were like a tag team. She would talk with the staff while dad would work with Ricardo. And I never really got a chance to look at him until after the meeting was over. We went down to my room and I wanted to show her where Ricardo would be, where his class would be. And I tried to give him an activity to do, and he just knocked it off the table. He didn't want to have anything to do with it. But then for a brief moment, I got a glimpse at his eyes. And in that moment, I saw him saying to me, there's something there, you just have to bring it out of me. I wasn't familiar with the things that Ricardo could do. His behavior plan actually consists of work boxes, and what we focused on in his individual plan was simple staying on task, following simple directions. Those were the things that we worked on initially. And so his visual schedule is composed of work boxes. He would complete a work box and then he would get a break. It started from one work box to two work boxes. So now he will complete 3 activities and then he will get a break. And that's his whole day. Throughout the day, he will complete a work box. Then he will take a break. And some of the things that he loves doing during his break, he loves playing the drums. He likes listening to music. He had some baby blocks. that was fine, but we wanted something a little more appropriate, so we bought some Legos, and he enjoys putting the Legos together as well as putting puzzles together. The work box consists of academics. He'll have math, whether it's identifying numbers or from 1 to 10, that's what we're working on. He will either do that by sign or by pointing to the picture. We do language where we teach sign language, basic words, which is stop. He loves popcorn, so we do popcorn, rice, chip. So some of the work boxes consist of language skills, math. We're not doing any reading. All of the work box consists of math, reading, and some life skills. It may be wrapping silverware, it may be putting boats together. And so within the program, there are about 24 boxes, and right now he's at about 4. His day starts out with a visual schedule. He uses that. Once he completes one task, he knows that he goes to walk over to his visual schedule and he starts his next task. He is able to stay on task for longer periods of time, at least 15 minutes, without getting frustrated. Also, he participates in music therapy. One of the big things we were working on was greeting his peers and his staff, and he's able to do that now. He also participates in a fitness training program, first block and third block, and he participates in school activities. If we have a pep rally, homecoming, whatever event is going on at the school, he participates in those events. So he's made lots of improvements since school has started.
Ricardito pues tiene muchos atributos, tiene una memoria fantástica, tiene una memoria fotográfica y tiene unas destrezas motoras que nos ha permitido aprovecharlas y sacarle todo el provecho. Él nos ayuda en casa a guardar la compra, él nos puede ayudar a veces hasta para salir y no encontramos dónde estacionamos el auto, él sabe dónde está el auto y se lo encuentra. Y él por lo menos ha podido aprender a socializar y sabemos que tienen unas destrezas que en una vida mayor las puede capitalizar posiblemente como un trabajo.
I do believe that Ricardo would not have made as much progress if it had not been for his family. I can remember his mom saying to me that she was very protective of him. She was like a lion protective of her cubs, and that she would do anything and everything she could to make sure that Ricardo and his sisters had the best possible education. And I have seen that through her being actively involved in Ricardo's educational plan. Whatever it is I need, she's always there. I don't care what activity we're doing in school. It doesn't have to involve my classroom, but activities involving the school, she's always there.